Police are investigating the death of actor Philip Seymour Hoffman, and they found close to 50 envelopes of heroin, they say, in his Manhattan apartment. And that's according to two law enforcement sources. The sources say investigators also uncovered more than 20 used syringes and bottles of prescription drugs. The 46-year-old Oscar-winning actor was found dead on Sunday on his bathroom floor. He had a syringe in his left arm, according to police, and an autopsy is scheduled for today. Now, Hoffman's death is bringing attention to a major spike, I should say, in heroin use around the country. Joining us this morning with more on the deadly addiction is addiction counselor Erica Spiegelman. Good morning. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
A rise is what I'm trying to say in use. What do you think is causing this spike in use?
Yeah, I think it's the prescription pills are so readily available for people. Doctors seem to be prescribing it when anybody needs it for stress or anxiety. And so the pills get people started, and then their tolerance increases. And then when they really need more pills, they actually turn to street drugs because it's hard to get them, keep going back to doctors. They won't prescribe them any longer. And that is what we're finding is people are getting on these opioids that are prescribed to them, and then they turn to heroin, which is the street drug. And they don't know what they're getting when they get the heroin. Because,
I mean, we're hearing about a number of different types of heroin that are out there. And I mean, it just seems so scary to me. So it starts as with a simple pill, with a simple painkiller.
Yes.
And then people just get hooked on that. What is it about that gets people hooked and started and moving into heroin?
That's a great question. Well, heroin literally hijacks the brain, the mind, the body, the spirit. So people begin to take heroin, and it releases dopamine into the system. And we naturally excrete dopamine when we have, we experience pleasure, we have, love in our life, we eat chocolate, whatever that is. We naturally release it. When you take heroin, it releases an extra amount of dopamine, and people seem to they crave that after they've experienced that. So that's where it hijacks the mind. The body, it attaches to the tissues in people's body, and so the withdrawal is terrible. My clients have shared with me that it's excruciating when the heroin starts to leave the system, so they have to put more in it. And then it hijacks the spirit. If you have children, you understand you're hiding it from your kids, you're not telling your family, you're lying, and there's a lot of shame attached to that. And so your spirit becomes deadened.
How do you know if somebody is taking heroin? There might be people, I mean, this is such an epidemic. I understand that, it's in neighborhoods, moms, all kinds of people taking it. It does not discriminate. So how would you know someone that might be taking heroin?
I would say the red flags and the signs to look for are fatigue, losing weight, the loss of some kind of passion. They stop, engaging in hobbies that they like. They're late for their job. They're missing school, things like that. There's a lot of red flags, but it's usually around the behaviors.
And we talk about celebrities, and we've seen so many celebrities that have died because of drug overdoses. We saw Whitney Houston, and Corey Monteith, and now Philip Seymour Hoffman. And they live a life of excess, so they're enabled a lot.
Absolutely.
Is that why, they can do things like this? They end up getting hooked because there are people in their lives that want to be with them and in control of them, and drugs do that? Or is it the lifestyle of themselves?
I think the lifestyle produces a lot of stress for people, and I think now in our culture, people don't know how to ground themselves in healthy ways. They don't know how to de-stress in healthy ways. Meditation, yoga, exercise, and people are now turning to the prescription drugs and heroin and other drugs that they give a fast release of that stress. And so it's just a quick fix. And with these celebrities too, they have all these yes men around them. Look at Justin Bieber. I mean, he just got into trouble, and people aren't saying no to them because they're getting paid.
So as parents, what we can do is maybe help our kids learn to de-stress, talk to them about the dangers, and help them de-stress so they have tools to deal with that.
Yes, there's so many tools to de-stress, and kids nowadays, it's with the technology, they're not learning how to really de-stress in healthy ways, which, not everyone has to do yoga and meditate, but really learning how to read, learning how to engage in hobbies, taking a hike outside, connecting with nature, engaging in activities like that really helps children.
We can put a stop to it if we get involved in people's lives, for sure.
Yes, and to also be really aware of the red flags, and keep those prescription pills locked up.
Yeah,
parents put those prescription pills away in the cabinets.
Could be a gateway. Erica Spiegelman, thank you so much for coming in.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Appreciate your perspective.
Yeah.